Yo, it's Beatdown Bugle. I'm here with
Thantu, thikha.
name and occupation.
My name's Jamie. Occupation, like job.
Yeah, anything band.
Oh yeah, I play in Thantu, thikha. I'm the drummer, and I work at a grocery store. That's what I do. That's what I do.
My name's Caleb. I play bass in Thantu, thikha and sing sometimes, and I'm like a disability youth worker, you could say. The official title is LSA.
I'm alright. I play guitar and I sing in Thantu, thikha. I play drums in a band called Sin City, and I book shows and run a label for Uzi's Akimbo. I work with Caleb at the same school.
I also play in Sin City.
He plays guitar.
Can we get some more guitar and drum fold back, please?
Alright, so first question I got to ask is, I know Canberra has a very prominent house show scene, and I was just wondering, how is it? Like, what's happening at the house shows and all of that?
Awesome question. It's pretty lit. Like, we have a mix of house shows and like tours that come through, and sometimes people will book their own thing. And like the house show sort of came up because we didn't have any all ages shows at all. So we're just like, why should we wait for someone else to do it? Let's just do it ourselves. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Another question I got to ask is, I think you guys have a very unique sound in a way, as in other hardcore bands go for that straightforward, straight in your face, but I think you guys draw from some other bands that are unique as well. Is that a coincidence, or is it just how it is?
Maybe a question for me and Caleb. So, all of us come from very diverse musical backgrounds. We all met because we used to all play music in high school, and we used to play shit like heavy metal and like classic punk.
Yeah,
and we all
Holy Diver, Iron Maiden, you know the deal. Rage Against the Machine. Yeah.
we all like a variety of different things, and we all play different types of music, and we all those like influences of different genres come together and helps us like play something different. Especially like Jamie with his drum parts. He's not he comes from not a hardcore drumming background, so when he thinks drum parts, he thinks it's very. He doesn't know. Yeah, he just draws from like his past and like playing cool shit.
I would say we're a heavy metal rock and roll band that plays hardcore shows, and like we all like, well, two of us like moshing, so it's just all like heavy metal that you can mosh to, I guess. Yeah.
How is it coming down to Brisbane and playing your first show at Dropouts? Do you think it's sick?
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's such a cool like venue. It's like right in the heart of the city, and it's just like pretty like inconspicuous. But like you just like walk down there, it's just a sick like place. And it's like so nice in Brisbane. It's like so warm though. It's like the heat is crazy.
It's so hot. The drive down here, it was really long. We had to do it drive up. It was really long, and we had a fair few like mishaps all the way. It was quite stressful, but so worth it. Yeah. Brisbane scene is so sick. So, as Jamie said, sick venue. Hardcore show on a skate shop, crazy. That's so crazy. anything to add? Or?
Another question is, what hardcore bands from Canberra should people keep an eye on?
Listen to every band. If you just go onto like, you know, for example, go to one of our posts, like local shows, go to who's tagged, look at every single band. We have so many sick bands, and like, it's cool because in Canberra, hardcore doesn't really have a certain sound. Like, there are bands that don't sound like a typical hardcore band but are. For example, Highland Light. So Highland Light's guitarist Riley over there drove up with us, and they are a fucking sick band. Bloodmouth, they're a death metal band. They play hardcore shows. Like, we don't have options in Canberra. Boy! We don't have options in Canberra, so we kind of just play together.
Yeah, sick. Fucking, how was opening up for Speed, Pain, Truth, and so many other sick bands in Melbourne? I could ask that one because fucking, it should be fucking mint.
Well, it was just Pain of Truth and a Fuse.
Yeah.
No Speed. Yeah, maybe.
It was crazy though. Like, me and Murat have been like geeking out about all these like hardcore bands for ages, like Pain of Truth, Spy, and all. There's so many bands like I can't even think of it on the top of my head at the moment that we've been talking about for years, and especially this year we've had the opportunity to play with so many of these bands, especially Pain of Truth. That's like a band me and Murat have been talking about forever. And Tsunami and Big Boy, bands we've loved forever, and it's just like getting to open for them is like a crazy experience. It's so cool.
I mean, Caleb talks about years, but we've really only been doing this for maybe like 2 or 3 years, and we're still young. So I suppose in the grand scheme of things, for us, it feels like a long time. Because like I never thought we'd get that opportunity to open for such sick bands, play with such cool bands. So it's just like, it's heartwarming, and it makes me really proud to represent Canberra. Yeah.
This is the last question, but what bands got you guys into hardcore?
Well, to be honest, I don't really listen to hardcore. No, but I like Brad said, like all the like metal bands and stuff, like Black Sabbath. Yeah, Iron Maiden. I really like Iron Maiden, and like Black Sabbath and stuff like that. Yeah, like the older stuff. But yeah.
I have very modern hardcore taste, you could say. The first band that ever like got me into hardcore was Kid Presentable from Canberra. He took me to one of their shows, and that was my first show, and it just clicked from there. They're crazy, obviously, and like I got really into a vibe. Bands like Speed, Gridiron was a big one, and, like Magnitude, and those bands like they all helped me like really get into it.
Yeah. For me, it was my science teacher who put me on. There were 2 bands. So Magnitude, they were a bit newer then, and also Foundation. They're the reason I'm still straight edge. They're the reason I'm doing it is. So yeah, for me, it was like those older straight edge bands, but also some newer ones like Contention and shit. But yeah, Foundation for me has got to be greatest band of all time.
Easy. Thanks for your time. Thanks for answering some questions. Keen to see you on the coast sometime if you guys are down. But yeah, easy. It's Beatdown Bugle. I'm back at it with No Harm. The fucking Brizzy Yotes. Look at them. They just played the fucking sickest set at Nambour. Xmas 24. If you weren't there, you fucking missed out. That was dumb. First question I gotta ask is, how was recording the EP? It sounds fucking so sick.
Dude, it was sick. It was just me and the fellas, fucking, I don't know, whipping up some demos, just vibing, making what we thought was sick. And it's, turned out sick. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it was pretty chill. We just did it in like the spare room at my house. We had us all come over. Chris had some like OG demos from like 2 years ago, maybe even longer, that we just turned into some songs. And then Harry literally whipped up the whole thing, mix, master, fucking everything. Out of audio. Crazy.
Shout out to Ada Audio. How was it playing the bloody Christmas bash? Do you think it was fucking sick?
Bro, That was maybe the sickest shit I have ever been a part of in my life. I can die a happy man. That was unbelievable. That was so sick. Every band, bro, every fucking band was the best. Unbelievable. And I was like watching the dudes before us, like, how the fuck are we gonna match that?
Yeah,
It was so sick, so sick.
I'm going to pass it over because I
Yeah,
agree
yeah.
with everything Harry just said. That was insane. Shout out Scram and 270 and Human Condition. That was fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, shout out 270. That was absolutely insane. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin. I feel great. That was probably a highlight for me. I couldn't be happier to do it with my best friends as well.
Yeah, no, tonight was sick. Bunch of bands played their first show. Like, I wish our first show was good, but you guys smoked us. So, yeah, fucking, that was insane. Energy was on top. Yeah, fucking sick. Yeah, shout out 270, shout out Human Condition.
Alright, so playing your first show at Dropouts, was it a fucking good first show? Did you like it? Everything.
There's no turning back! Get out! Stop the back! You do it! All the things I have said! No time to break down! Step up, step down, stop rip, and you'll find out! Let's go! Who's that shit? Let's go!
Dude, it was sick. The vibes were immaculate. Legendary. Brisbane 614. Everything was just unbelievable. Yeah, it's so sick. What do you fellas reckon?
Brawlist has entered the fucking chat.
Shout out Brawlist, Zara and Jonas. Shout out hard. Yeah, first show was kind of crazy. We weren't expecting the
Chaos has entered the
What
chat.
are these fucking rude cunts saying? What the fuck? I don't even know what I was saying. First show was mad. I wasn't expecting the amount of like participation or people being so excited to see us. It was really overwhelming, honestly. It was crazy. Really special. Shout out Burning Hammer for putting us on.
Yeah, I second that. First show was sick. Like dream lineup for us, I think. Like the bands we played along with were dope. And yeah, like from the get-go, the energy was there. Like people were there moshing hard for us, which we didn't expect. So like, yeah, humbled, honored, all of the above. Yeah.
So another question which would be a little bit hard. Who and where was your first hardcore show? Who played it? Where was it?
I think mine, was coming back. Volley Ways just played, was Volatile Ways and Wet Work. I don't know if there was another band at the Black Bear Lodge.
Bloodmouth. Shout out Bloodmouth.
I'm a poser. But I think that was my first hardcore show, I want to say. Yeah.
I'm an old cunt, and my first show was in 2009 at the Kalanga Library. Yeah. Shout out 4503 Kalanga. Headlined by The Ailment, Defiance Wears Black, who then became Never Lose Sight, Time Has Come, and then I think a few other local bands. But yeah, that was my first one.
Looking back, just getting out of high school, I think one of the first bands I saw, and this is when The Lab, I think, was still around, I think it was Hand of Mercy, headlined for a brand new album that they just put out. And it kind of got me back into seeing shows. And then getting back into this band and doing band sings with my friends, it made me kind of get back into it. And then I would say Zabalba would be just would be a big one for me.
Yeah, look, hard for me to remember that far back. I'd say it was either Backtrack at the old Crowbar or like Knock Loose first Aussie tour back in like the Pop Culture Laugh Tracks days, I think. Yeah.
Another question I got to ask is, what are your favorite hardcore releases of this year?
This year, all right, fucking shout out Street Suffer, shout out Wet Work. Scorn and Splinter had some sick releases this year. I was running that for a while. Yeah, that's off the top of my dome.
I'll piggyback on those, I guess, because I've been listening to them a lot. But then the big one, probably Only One Mode, came out this year. That was huge. Been listening to the new Pest Control EP a lot. The new Whispers album just dropped like this week, I think. That's insane. Not fully hardcore, but hardcore adjacent. The new Tribal Gaze Dead Body Split just came out, which is fucking crazy. Cruelty, Nails, fucking insane music this year. Crazy.
Candy's new release probably is what I'm still listening to it. And it's I'm Only One Mode by Speed is kind of just been abusing those two really.
No Harm demo? Nah, fuck that band. Yeah, Only One Mode and Candy's new stuff. That for me too. Yeah.
Final question is, how did you guys come up with the fucking sick ass name No Harm?
I'm gonna pass you over to the main fucking man right here, Abistafa.
It is actually a lyric from a song by Sly Withers.
There it is.
That's all I will say.
That's some hard lore right there.
Well, thank you for letting me ask you guys some questions. Thanks for letting me redo this shit for my fuck up. But yeah, that's everything. Shout out. Do you guys want to give any shout outs?
Absolutely. Show. Biggest fucking shout out, Oscar Friend 614.
Oscar
Friend, cunt. That's shout out fucking all the bands that played tonight. Shout out 270. Shout out Gage. Shout out the big motherfucking Bowler.
Shout out Brisbane.
Shout out Brisbane.
What a place. Also, shout out Sunny Coast, cunt. Fucking SCBD, motherfucker.
On top, baby. You boys have anything to fucking add?
I just want to say shout out Street Suffer and Brawlers and 270. Always been day oneers. Always supported us. Love you, boys.
That's everything. Goodbye.
New Whispers.
This.